burnt orange, and it is DKR and the Texas Longhorns. We have a late-season top 25 showdown that could be crucial to the postseason picture. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on the 16th ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Gamecocks will put total leather and will get started. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Texas Longhorns offense will start this game off. And here's the man they want to get the ball to in this passing game. This is the type of receiver, David, when he's covered, he's still open.
He's still putting that hand up in the air. Coach, I'm still open. And more importantly, his quarterback knows that. They're going to move him all over the field. They're going to feature him on offense. They're going to make sure he gets a lot of touches, whether he's open or whether he's open, because he's always open.
They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
You know, I think that's a play the quarterback would like to have back. I'm not sure that's exactly who the ball was intended for. He had another open target on the other side of the field that he just missed.
Looking to pass on second down. Snagged in the middle. It's Hester. He's brought down solid. Pick up but a little bit short of the first down. Third and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on fourth down by what they call here. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. So on their first drive of the game, they're going to roll the dice a little bit and go for it on fourth down in their own territory. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs. So South Carolina's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. As dynamic as this guy is on the outside, Jesse, you know he's going to be cheating that way from his free safety position.
You're right, because as a quarterback, I just can't throw to my guy on the perimeter, right? I got to attack the middle of the field. The problem is you've got one of the best safeties in the nation who likes to lay people out.
Yeah, roaming the middle of the field, reading the quarterback's eyes, and he's got an eye on that receiver out there, too, that's dynamic. So let's see what kind of day he can have.
Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute...
Fires the pass, intercepted. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
The RPO, it's complete. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You could tell, hanging in there, he knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in there, throwing the football on target and getting the completion.
And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra.
And he breaks into the open. inside the 10. Touchdown, Texas! And once he got loose, it was all over. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the finisher coming on a touchdown pass from 52 yards out. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this route.
And the Gamecocks want to pick up the tempo.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job.
And that ball is picked off. Trying to take it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
First down for this offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he intercepts it. Got room on the return. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Gamecocks. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender. Seeing that ball in the end zone, your eyes get big as saucers. Go, jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick-6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Safe completion on the screen. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. Makes a grab enough for the first. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. After the misfire, now on second down. He's looking to throw. Caught. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down.
When you get man coverage, you definitely like taking advantage of the inside really quickly. Running a nice slant rack real quick, being physical, getting on the inside, quarterback putting it right on the money.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn! And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee, and they'll bring it to the 25. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
The give to the tailback. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The Gamecocks want to crank the tempo.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
He's got such good awareness in the pocket. He does a good job of feeling the rush, and you know it's a pass, and you want to keep your eyes downfield, but he's...
And the defense gets to the quarterback.
Awesome job by the defense. Not only getting a fast quarterback on the ground, but understanding what he wants to do. He can take off. I got to make sure I got good pursuit angles, and I got to make sure I build rails. I can't let him outside. I got to keep him in the pocket. He tries to get outside. They get the sack and get the huge loss on that play.
Grab behind the line. It's Briggs. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
And when it's third and this long, a lot of times you sit back and play soft coverage. No, sir. I'm bringing the blitz. You could tell they fooled the offense. The defense gets home with the blitz, gets the big sack.
Here comes the Texas offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Leaves it with the running back. Still on his feet at the 45. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Got him downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Release to the back. Touchdown, Texas! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
And he puts through the extra point. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
They'll try to put it in drive this time on 2nd down from the 22. Caught in the backfield. It's Nicholson. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. Back to throw. It's Nicholson. Unloads to the wideout. Finds space on the right. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Nicholson. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. And the Gamecocks look to do some damage in the red zone. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Grab near the marker. It's Moran. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. Makes the grab on the left. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. And that one is picked up in the end zone. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
Well, the defense does an awesome job here with their backs against the wall in their own red zone, coming away with an INT early. That could be a big game-changing type play in this game.
He's looking to throw it. Get it out on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a first-rate game so far from Austin today. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on 3rd down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those two stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. And with that, let's get it back to our fellas at DKR.
And the Longhorns will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure you do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step one, Jesse, taking care of the football.
It just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having the lead. If they clean up the errors, they've got a chance to win this game.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting... And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. There is little that warms the heart of a defender like a strip sack. Even better if you get the ball.
And I like the awareness of this defender on the play because he knew he might not actually get to the quarterback and make the hit, but he was able to still swat away, use those long arms to create the turnover.
Oh, it's a reverse. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
And RD, I love creative offensive coordinators. They don't just split a guy out wide that has game-breaking speed nowadays. Now, they...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Longhorn! Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
I give the tight end a lot of credit for holding on to the football. I know he's a big guy, but he just got whacked.
Dropping back, it's Nicholson. Fires to the wideout. For the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Texas! And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Arizona State was like a 65-man mute button. They went on the road and silenced one of the most vocal crowds in football. And it's clear this Sun Devils team has adopted the mantra, let your play do the talking. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. On second down, wants to throw it. Caught over the middle. It's Moran. Several defenders there to get him on the ground.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone theater. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half. But, man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
And how about this defense? Really answering the challenge so far today. This offense, you've seen like last week. I mean, they can throw for touchdowns and big yards and big chunk plays. Defense has answered the call, played the deep ball well, played discipline, making this offense really earn everything they get.
And the returner will be knocked down. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Paul. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
On second down, looking to throw. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Wide receiver coming across in motion. With jet sweep pass. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. The Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Now the offense has to overcome the negative play after the defense comes up with a sack. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
I think everybody will look at that play, and you'll probably go, why the heck would you run the football? Well, you run it because it's second and forever. Well, now it's just third and ever. At least you limited it to now where it's a situation where you can go get that third down, and it's not so unmanageable that you have to chunk the ball down the field.
3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Really nice focus by this sophomore, and he jumped on his chance to make a play.
We've just seen in this game the ball has just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to, and as a result, that's now his second pick thrown in this game.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Off the play fake on first down. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
Wide receiver shows motion. He wants to throw. Looking for a huge play. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. He's looking to throw. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack.
And he throws another interception, his third of the night. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover one. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Moves it forward just a bit, a pickup of 1 to the 35. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to throw. It's Nicholson. Quickly out to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. Offense breaks the huddle on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's incomplete. The defense knocks it away as we have knocked down 3 quarters and head to the 4th. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on down.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up. Run it. Do something. You can't take a sack on 4th down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for you.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Fast motion from the offense. From the gun, running back on the move. At midfield, he's got room.
First down, Texas.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Trying to get to him. Looking to buy time. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this.
Touchdown, Longhorn! And the pummeling has started. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. And they tacked on the extra point. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Texas.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
Now on first down for this offense. Looking to move it through the air. Flips it out to the back. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. That last completion has him set up, second and short. He's looking to throw. Shoots it to the left. That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. The Gamecocks have their offense in high gear. They'll throw it on first down. Extending the play. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
Nice job by the QB sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love this slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. And the Gamecocks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. In the red area, it's Stevens. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Here comes the option. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Coming after him. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on. And now just throw another sack in the equation. Hitting the quarterback, being disrupted. They've been all over the field.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Maryland sparkled today in a dominant road win. In fact, by the 4th quarter, it almost felt like this game was being played in College Park. That's how much they took that crowd out of it. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They want that clock to run. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He finds his man. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. Looking to go up top on 1st down. They get to him as he throws. And the pass is intercepted. Really nice play on the pick. Was looking for a little more yardage, but great field position at the 34. The offense starts with a short field. Going up top on 1st down. Throws toward the end zone. Heaves it into trouble, and he finds trouble with the pick. And he's going to go down as time has run out. Just complete and utter dominance, and this one outplayed their opponent and took care of business.